Okay, this video is from AOC Network, and it's called What Jared Kushner Just Did May Stir the Wrath of God, the Gaza Prophecy. And if you're not up to speed on what's been going on, there's this board of peace that's meeting together with the people of the Economic Forum and the Davos, and basically what the Bible calls the elites. And they're even calling themselves that name now, which tells us that we're getting close, okay? Because they're calling themselves the elites. But what's going on here is they're doing this, governmental business tech meeting in Davos that just happened. And they've constructed this new board of peace, which Trump is very heavily involved in, if not the runner of it. And then Jared comes in this part that he is trying to create this AI Metropolis in Gaza to rebuild Gaza with all of this very space age, high-tech looking buildings and transportation and all of this kind of stuff. And this presenter, I'm not sure what his name is, but he brings this up about this red, I don't know, string or cord or something around his hand, which does look highly suspicious. I mean, this guy is a billionaire. He actually paid billions of dollars for an address in New York City with the numbers 666 in them, okay? So all I know about this whole red color thing is that there is something called the Red Shoe Club, where they are doing bad things to children and killing them and using parts of their bodies and liquids from their bodies, I'm just going to say it that way, to use it like some type of a drug to keep them young, to keep them feeling energetic, that kind of stuff. It's adrenalized, that kind of thing. And so I don't know if this red cord has something to do with that. It's another maybe symbol or a way that they show that they're part of that group, that demonic group that does that, and these power players. But I want you to ask yourself, if you were a billionaire, is there any logical reason that you would need to walk around with the red string around your wrist if it wasn't to signal to other people who are as evil as you are that you're part of the group? Probably not, right? That seems like something that maybe a third or fourth grade boy might do if they got a friendship bracelet from a girl. Okay, it's not something that a man, especially a man of means and power and status, would want to be caught dead in a red little bracelet, okay? So just something to think about here. But there's another verse that's going to come up and just right after this part that I really want you to think about here, okay? As far as where they're building this city in Gaza and what its real purpose is.
He always wears this red bracelet wherever he goes lately. If anyone has any knowledge on that, please share in the comments. Even more interesting is how scholars connect Gaza to the future fortress of the Antichrist. So here we see in Daniel 11, there is a prophetic parallel regarding the king who exalts himself, Antiochus Epiphanes. But it is also a foreshadowing of what happens with the coming Antichrist. Look at what it says in verse 45. And he shall plant the tents of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and no one will help him. So, where will the palace of the Antichrist king be located? Well, as you can see, commentaries mention that the holy mountain refers to the Temple Mountain in Jerusalem. So what is between Jerusalem and the sea? Gaza. And that is why many mention that the region of Gaza is likely where the king who exalts himself will establish his stronghold. And what do we see? They are trying to turn Gaza into an AI metropolis. You cannot make this stuff up. It isn't coincidence. If you have loved ones who aren't believers, this is why you have to show them Bible prophecy. It's all fitting together. Now, God also issues a warning about Gaza. Let's take a look at that. What does the Bible say about the land? First of all, and this is a compilation of some research on the issue, and so one thing, God claims direct ownership of the land of Israel and what is connected to it. And one important note is Gaza is included in the land of Israel. We often see it as separate today. However, in the land that was promised to Abraham and his lineage, that included Gaza. And we're going to look at how there's always been contention, even in biblical days, with Gaza, because there were foreigners in the lands, Philistines in the lands, and God was always displeased with that because Gaza was promised to his people. Now, what you will find is that the land, including Gaza, is one that God gave very important instructions regarding. He says that this land shall not be sold in perpetuity, for the land is mine. God wants his people to know that this is my land. So any sales or any division, anything going on with this land, you run it by me. You don't own this. And so this shows that, God is not a distant landlord. He is the title holder. Any permanent transformation, sale, or redesignation of the land, therefore, exceeds human jurisdiction unless God explicitly permits it. So, God treats this land as a covenant issue, not an administrative one. Now, the prophets repeatedly describe land division as something that triggers divine judgment. This is very interesting because
Okay, now I want you to think about this for a second. Earlier in this one, he talks about the fact that he's inviting these investors to come from all over the world to invest in this Gaza AI Metropolis. And actually, the United States is given like $60 billion, I think they said, towards this project. Now, what in the world is over there in rebuilding Gaza that we would need to spend $60 billion on when half of the families can't even, they pass out from going to the grocery store? What is over there that's so important? Well, I think it's this. I think this is the layer, the headquarters for the Antichrist kingdom. And I think there's a hint there that he just read to us over there in Daniel about him putting his headquarters between the sea and the holy mountain, which is Jerusalem. So there's another verse in here I want you to keep watching. I might be running out of battery memory or something here, so just hang in here with me.
All of this that Kushner is proposing is going further than division. He's talking about a land that is owned by God, really, being used and built upon for commercial purposes, bringing multiple investors from multiple regions to not only own it, but to build upon it, to have AI controlling it, turning it into a resort, a luxury space. What does God say about these things? Well, what does it say in Joel? It says, I will enter into judgment because they have divided my land. And as you read Joel further, you will notice this. What is condemned regarding his land, the land of God, is not just war, not just injustice, but even the act of dividing, reallocating the land itself. This all shows God is very serious about what happens on the land that was.
All right, and I want you to focus in on that other part that he said there too. What are they building there in Gaza? Luxury accommodations, luxury hotels and housing and all of that. Is it for the Gazan people? Are all these investors from all over the world going to dump all these millions of dollars into stuff that Gazan people can't afford to buy? No. Who are they making it for? They're making it for themselves. All of the people that are investing in this stuff are actually the ones who are going to help the Antichrist build his kingdom and have their spots over there on the sea near Jerusalem. in God's land. All right, so, if you watch the other video that I did recently here about the AI and what the AI symbolizes and how it ties into the Nephilim and them trying to usurp humanity's authority over creation that was given to Adam in the garden, this is all tying together very, very well. As well as this whole board of peace thing. Remember when they say peace and safety or peace and security, some versions will say, you better have your ears perked up, okay? All right, y'all just keep watching this and I'll keep you posted. I love you.